All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I think most Raptors fans would agree with the statement that Goran Dragic will eventually be traded at some point in this season, unless the Toronto Raptors were to start off maybe like 25-5. I would have to say Goran will be traded. And if you guys are new here, be sure to hit the like button, hit that sub button. I post Raptors content every single day. I post NBA content every single day. And I got you guys covered for the regular season that starts in just a couple of weeks. But if you guys have been watching me, you know I like to do these kind of trade hypothetical videos where I'm just reacting to different trades. So to this date, I actually don't believe I have done a single good Raptors trade. And we have a really, really interesting trade here. And I need to hear from Toronto Raptor Nation. Like, I need to hear from you guys on if you would do this trade or not. Because here's the thing. Goran's going to get traded. But a lot of it depends on how is he going to play? How are the Raptors going to deploy him? Are they going to put him in a position where he can increase his value? There's a bunch of question marks, and we'll know a lot of these answers here after just a handful of even preseason games. Here is the trade. The Raptors get Will Barton, Austin Rivers, 2022 and 2024 right to swap first-round picks, 2025 second-round pick. The Nuggets receive Goran and Yuta. Not keen on putting Yuta in this trade. I really am not. What I do know is I think Denver would properly utilize him. I think he might actually break out in Denver if this were to happen. But still, as far as playing time goes, I don't think he would. I mean, obviously, he wouldn't get too much playing behind MPJ, etc., etc. So the way I got this trade off of Raptors Rapture, by the way. This is a very solid website, and I get a lot of trade ideas from here. I understand that it's just a really weird trade because the Nuggets, it's like, yeah, they need more depth, but you're getting rid of depth, right? You're getting rid of Will Barton, you're getting rid of Austin Rivers. I think the combination of Will Barton and Austin Rivers is better than Goran, which makes this trade so much more interesting. And what this website actually said is that what Denver would do is they would deploy Jamal Murray at 2. So this website thinks that if this trade were to happen, once Jamal Murray returns and is at full speed, it'll be Goran and then Jamal Murray at starting shooting guard. And I just think that is pretty ridiculous. I don't disagree that he would be a phenomenal fit. And he would fit great on the second unit. So I also, real quick, this website, it's not like they're calling for him to start every single night. It's not like they're saying that at all. They're just saying the Denver Nuggets could deploy lineups consisting of Goran at 1 and Jamal Murray at 2. I don't think they would do that too much. I think Goran would just stick to the bench unit and just be a reliable player, as the Raptors Rapture points out in their article. But it would be interesting to see Goran and Jamal Murray be like a 1-2 duo. I've never thought of that. Losing Yuta in this trade is absolutely just depressing. It's just extremely depressing, and we'll talk about that more in just a second. Will Barton can't be traded until November 9th, but he would be a good fit behind Gary Trent Jr. Here's the issue. He's under contract for 2 more seasons, and he's turning 31 in 3 months. So, does he fit the Raptors' timeline? No. Rivers, just more depth. I don't view Austin Rivers as a quality defender. I know he has very good playmaking ability, and that's more of the reason I think he would be a nice fit on the Raptors. I don't know what the bench unit would look like because you have a whole bunch of different players that you're trying to squeeze into starting or into the bench. Like, they would have, after this trade, Malachi Flynn, who should be their backup starting point guard, But then you'd have Will Barton and Austin Rivers. The issue is you still have Scotty Barnes coming off that bench. You still have Chris Boucher coming off that bench. You still have Precious Achiuwa coming off that bench. So, would Austin Rivers be great? Yeah, he absolutely would be great. But in order to make this contract and make these salaries match, you got to throw in a player like Will Barton, which just puts him in a tough situation. The good news is Will Barton's pretty tradable. It's not like he's on a ridiculous contract. So you would be able to trade Will Barton. You would be able to get rid of Austin Rivers if you needed to. Another interesting point about this trade is you're swapping first-round draft pick rights. So in 2022, 2024, you're basically just giving yourself more protection. You're just giving yourself more protection. You could move up in the draft if the Nuggets have a down season, and then, there's a second-round pick in there, but that doesn't do much for me. The issue I see with this trade is if they just extended MPJ, they just signed Aaron Gordon to a crazy contract. Nikola is on max. Jamal Murray's close to max. This is a talented team. And I think it's going to take them a longer time than just 3 years, less than 3 years, 2024, to have a bad year. So 2022 first-round pick swap, that doesn't do anything for me. They're going to be a very talented contending team. 2024, it's a little bit better odds, a little bit better risk, but still, I don't anticipate the Denver Nuggets going into rebuild mode anytime soon. So I think you combine everything I don't like about this trade, and there's nothing crazy bad about this trade. There really isn't anything crazy, but I think if you add up, not only are you not getting a great first-round pick swap, because Denver's going to be very talented. If there wasn't protection on it, if it wasn't a swap, then we could be talking. But you have that, you combine that with trading away Yuta, who I don't think they should do that quite yet. I just don't think that should happen this season. In return for Will Barton and Austin Rivers, who are going to help the team, but they're not long-term fits. And I don't know how much they would help the team. Like I said, Austin Rivers, good playmaker. Will Barton's a good defender. But, Goran is a good playmaker and Yuta's a good defender. So, what's the issue there? So, I'm going to decline this trade. But I don't think it's too far-fetched. I would love to hear your guys' opinions down below. Once again, shout out to Raptors Rapture and Matthew Eichhorn for writing this article. I thought this was actually the best Raptors trade proposal I have seen probably ever. Keep in mind, I've only been covering the Raptors for 2 months now, but this is definitely the best Raptors trade I have seen. It's always something ridiculous all right, let's do Pascal Siakam and PJ Washington and a 2025 first-round pick, lottery protected. It's dude, what did I just read? So that's it for today. Hit the like button, hit that sub button. We have a really slow off season, so any like is greatly appreciated, guys. Peace.